Hello student, in previous lecture we have seen how to check whether given function f of xy is differentiable at point x0, y0. That is, if your increment function del f can be expressed as a delta x plus b delta y plus epsilon 1 delta x delta y into delta x plus epsilon 2 delta x delta y into delta y. If you express your increment function in this form, then you can say that a given function here is differentiable at point x0, y0, where a is equal to f of x at x0, y0, b is equal to f of y at x0, y0, then del f is equal to, what is del f, and epsilon 1 and epsilon 2 tends to 0 as delta x delta y tends to 0 0, and here delta f is what? Delta f is what? F of x0 plus delta x y0 plus delta y minus f of x0 y0 is equal to a delta x plus b delta y plus epsilon 1 delta x plus epsilon 2 delta y. Now there is one particular case. If you want to check, now to check whether given function is differentiable or not at point 0 0, we first write, instead of delta x we are writing here delta x is equal to h and delta y is equal to k. So this function is f of x0 plus h y0 plus k is minus f of x0 y0 is equal to ah plus bk plus h epsilon 1 hk plus k epsilon 2 hk. In particular, if you want to check a differentiability at point x0 y0 is equal to 0 0, then you have to express your increment function, that is f of hk minus f of 0 0 as ah plus bk plus h epsilon 1 hk plus k epsilon 2 hk, where a is equal to f of x 0 0 and b is equal to f of y 0 0. Okay. And in previous lecture we have seen some example, so that by using a definition whether we can check whether given function f is differentiable or not. Also there is one sufficient condition for differentiability. You can also apply that definition while when you are going to check whether given function is differentiable or not at point x0, y0. So what this theorem says, suppose if f of x xy and f of y xy exist in some neighborhood of some neighborhood of x0 y0, this is the first condition. And second, if f of xy is continuous at x0 y0, then f is differentiable. So you have again two methods to check whether given function is differentiable or not. If your one of the first partial derivative, that is f of x or f of y, does not exist at point x0 y0, then you can directly say that the given function here is not differentiable at x0 y0. Okay, second one is what? If f of xy is continuous, if f of xy is not continuous at x0 y0, then again you can say that the given function here is not differentiable at x0 y0. Again, how to check continuous is very simple. Find the simultaneous limit, and if the given simultaneous limit is same as the f of x0 y0, then you can say that the function f is continuous. For example, if f of xy is equal to xy divided by x square plus y square, if xy is not equal to 0 0 and equal to 0, if xy equal to 0 0, check whether f is differentiable at 0 0. Check whether f of xy is differentiable at 0 0. So you have two methods. Either you can apply directly definition, or you can apply a sufficient condition. What sufficient condition says? If the partial derivative exists and then if f of xy is continuous, then f is differentiable. Okay. Now if you see this example, okay, then what is your f of x 0 0? F of x 0 0 is what? Limit h tends to 0. F of h 0 minus f of 0 0 divided by h, and it is equal to, what is f of h 0? That is limit h tends to 0, h 0, h times 0 is what? 0 minus f of 0 is 0 divided by h, so it is equal to 0. So f of x 0 0 is 0. Next f of y at 0 0 is equal to limit k tends to 0, f of 0k minus f of 0 0 divided by k. So this is equal to, again, f of y 0 0 is equal to 0. So both the partial derivatives exist at point 0 0. Now to check a continuity, you want to determine limit xy tends to 0 of f of xy. Since f of xy is given, f of 0 0 is given, f of 0 is not 0, and if this limit is also 0, then you can say that the given function f is continuous at 0 0. But if you observe here, if you take the limit around y is equal to mx, if you take the limit around y is equal to mx, then limit xy tends to 0 0, xy divided by x square plus y square is equal to limit x tends to 0, put y equal to mx here. So you will get mx square divided by x square plus m square x square. So this is equal to, if you cancel x square from numerator and denominator, you will get limit x tends to 0, m divided by 1 plus m square, and this limit depends on value of m. Means what? Limit is not unique, and therefore this limit does not exist. This limit does not exist, and if the simultaneous limit does not exist, means what? The given function f is not continuous. But what sufficient theorem says? If f is differentiable, then f is continuous and both the partial derivative exist. Here f of x 0 exists, f of y 0 0 exists, but f is not continuous at 0 0. What this implies? Given function f is not differentiable at 0 0. What this implies? Answer is what? F is not differentiable at 0 0. Now if you want to apply a definition here, what is the second technique? Assume that, what is the second method? If you don't want to apply sufficient theorem, then what is second method? Then check whether you can express your increment function as ah plus bk plus h epsilon 1 hk plus k epsilon 2 hk. Suppose f of xy, this is method number 2. Method number 1 मध्ये आपण फंक्शन कंटिन्यूअस नाही या टर्मचा यूज करून आपण काय प्रूव्ह केले की गिवन फंक्शन f इज नॉट डिफरन्शिएबल. आता सेकंड मेथड मध्ये आपण असा अजून करतोय, सपोज f of xy इज differentiable at 0 0. Differentiable at 0 0. What this implies? Your increment function delta f can be expressed as ah plus bk plus h epsilon 1 hk plus k epsilon 2 hk. So what is your del f? Del f is what? Since we want to check a continuity at point 0 0, so del f is what? F of hk minus f of 0 0 is equal to ah plus bk plus h epsilon 1 hk plus k epsilon 2 hk, where a is equal to f of x 0 0, a equal to f of x 0 0. Already in previous step, while applying method number 1, we have find the value of f of x 0 0 and it is equal to 0. Similarly, b is equal to, we have obtained the value of f of y 0 0 also, and it is also equal to 0. So we know the value of a and b. If you insert that value here in this equation, you will get f of hk minus f of 0 0. Now f of 0 0 is given. What is f of 0 0? It is 0. So this is what 0 is equal to 0h plus 0k plus h epsilon 1 hk plus k epsilon 2 hk. But what is f of hk? What is f of xy? It is xy divided by x square plus y square. So what is f of hk? It is hk divided by h square plus k square is equal to h epsilon 1 hk plus k epsilon 2 hk. That is, you can write, you can express your every h for any value of h and k. You can express your this function as h epsilon 1 hk plus k epsilon 2 hk. से म्हणजे काय होतं इथे की मी कोणती व्हॅल्यू जर घेतली h and k आर रियल नंबर्स, मी कोणती व्हॅल्यू घेतली तर एवढी this term can be expressed in this form. ओके, मग आपण एक पर्टिक्युलर केस घेऊया. सपोज we are going to take a particular case. Suppose h is equal to k. H is equal to k. Then what happen here? H square divided by twice h square is equal to h epsilon 1 hh plus h epsilon 2 hh. Then what happen here? This h square get cancel here, and it is equal to 1 half h epsilon 1 hh plus epsilon 2 hh. Take it outside from the right hand side, and if you take the limit h tends to 0 on both sides, if you take the limit h tends to 0 on both sides, what happen here? If you take the limit h tends to 0 on both sides, then it is equal to 1 half is equal to 0, but which is contradiction. But 1 half is never equal to 0. Okay, which is contradiction. Why it is contradiction? Because here prediction, because we assume that the given function f is differentiable, and that's why we obtain this contradiction, and from this we can say that f is not differentiable at 0 0, at 0 0. So in the same example we have applied by using a sufficient theorem, we have proved that the given function f is not differentiable at x0 y0 because f is not continuous. And in the same example, by applying the definition, that is increment theorem, we cannot express in this form, and that's why we can say that the given function f is not differentiable at 0 0. Take one more example. Suppose f of xy is equal to suppose f of xy is equal to mod of x plus y square. Okay, check whether f of xy is differentiable at 0 0. Check whether given function f is differentiable at 0 0. So again, either you can apply your definition or you can apply sufficient condition. So for that, what is f of x 0 0? F of x 0 0. We want to check whether both the partial derivative exist or not. So this is equal to limit h tends to 0, f of h 0 minus f of 0 0 divided by h. So this is equal to limit h tends to 0, f of h 0. So this is equal to mod of h plus 0 square minus f of 0 0 is what? If you put x is equal to 0, y equal to 0, then 0 plus 0 is what? 0. This is divided by h. So this is what? Limit h tends to 0, mod of h divided by h, and this limit does not exist. because if your h is greater than 0, if h is greater than 0, then mod of h is equal to h, and limit h tends to 0, mod of h divided by h is equal to h, limit h tends to 0, h divided by h, which is equal to 1. And if your h is less than 0, then mod of h is equal to minus h, and then limit h tends to 0, mod of h divided by h is equal to limit h tends to 0, minus of h divided by h, it is equal to what? Minus 1. So this limit is not unique, it is equal to plus or minus 1. And we all of you know that if limit exists, then it must be a unique. So it has a two limits, and therefore f of x 0 0 does not exist. What this implies? F of x 0 0 does not exist. But if f of x 0 0 does not exist, what this implies? Given function f is not differentiable at 0 0. Given function is not differentiable at 0 0. Take one more example. F of xy is equal to x cube minus y cube divided by x square plus y square if xy is not equal to 0 0 and equal to 0 if xy equal to 0. Check whether f is differentiable at 0 0. Okay, again all the sufficient conditions say it is not a necessary condition. That is, if f of x is not, if f of x 0 0 or f of y 0 0 does not exist, implies f is not differentiable. Again, if f of xy is not continuous at 0 0, then you can say that f is not differentiable. But if your f of x 0 0 exists, f of y 0 0 exists, and given function f is continuous at 0 0, then you cannot say whether it is differentiable or not. In that case, you have to apply your definition. Again, here if you check here, f of x 0 0, this function is continuous at 0 0. Again, this f of x 0 0 exists, f of y 0 0 exists. If you apply your polar coordinate property here, then you can easily show that this function is continuous at 0. So here we are going to apply a definition of differentiability to check whether given function is differentiable at 0 0 or not. Differentiable or not. So now suppose f is differentiable at 0 0. Then what happens here? Your increment function, that is f of hk minus f of 0 0, can be expressed in the form of ah plus bk plus h epsilon 1 hk plus k epsilon 2 hk. K epsilon 2 hk. So here, what is a is equal to f of x 0 0. This is equal to limit h tends to 0, f of h 0 minus f of 0 0 divided by h. So if you find this limit, it is equal to limit h tends to 0, f of h 0. What is f of h 0? It is h cube minus 0 divided by h square divided by h. F of 0 0 is 0. F of 0 0 is what? 0. So this is equal to h cube divided by limit h tends to 0, h cube divided by h cube, so it is equal to 1. So f of x 0 0, that is a is equal to 1. A is equal to 1. Similarly, what is b here? B is equal to f of y 0 0. So this is equal to limit k tends to 0, f of 0k minus f of 0 0 divided by k. So it is equal to limit k tends to 0. What is f of 0k? It is 0 minus k cube. So minus k cube divided by 0 plus k square divided by k. So this is equal to limit k tends to 0 minus k cube divided by k cube. So it is equal to what? Minus 1. So what is the value of b here? B is equal to what? Minus 1. So a is 1 and b is equal to what? Minus 1. So if you put this value in this equation, if you put this value of a and b, a is 1 and b is minus 1, then f of hk is equal to, f of hk is equal to 0h plus 0k plus only h epsilon, sorry, not 0h, plus a is 1. So 1h minus 1k, a is 1 and b is minus 1. So h minus k plus h epsilon 1hk plus k epsilon 2hk. That is h2, f of h2 is what? h2 minus k cube divided by h square plus k square is equal to h minus k plus h epsilon 1hk plus k epsilon 2hk. Now that is, if given function here is differentiable, then this term can be written as in this form for every h and k. Okay, if for every h and k, if it is true, then it is also true for h is equal to minus k. This is also true for h or k is equal to minus h. This is also true for k is equal to minus h. So if you put k is equal to minus h here, then what is minus h cube? It is minus h cube, but minus minus becomes plus. So this is equal to twice h cube divided by, again here what is minus h square? It is h square. So twice h square is equal to h plus h, minus minus become plus h epsilon 1 h minus h plus minus h epsilon 2 h minus h. So what this implies? This 2 will get cancelled here, 1 h square get cancelled here. So it is equal to h is equal to twice h plus h epsilon 1 h minus h epsilon 2 h. So if you take h outside from the right hand side, we will get h is equal to h 2 plus epsilon 1 h minus h plus minus epsilon 2 h minus h. So this h get cancelled here. So 1 is equal to 2 plus epsilon 1 h minus h minus epsilon 2 h minus h. And if you take the limit h tends to 0, if you take limit h tends to 0, epsilon 1 tends to 0, epsilon 2 tends to 0. So what this implies? 1 is equal to 2, but which is not possible. Here we obtain some contradiction. Why we obtain contradiction? Because at the beginning we assume that the given function here is differentiable at 0 0, and that's why we obtain here some contradiction. And that's from this we can say that here is not differentiable at 0 0. So if you understand, now we are going to take one example to express our increment function in the form of ah plus bk plus h epsilon 1 hk plus k epsilon 2 hk. आता आपण जे पण एक्झाम्पल पाहिले त्यामध्ये आपण काय प्रूव्ह केले की गिवन फंक्शन f is not differentiable at points given x0 y0. But now we are going to see one example. In that example we are going to show that the given function f is differentiable at 0 0. For example, f of Now when we said given function f is differentiable, if your increment function can be expressed in the form of ah plus bk plus h epsilon 1 hk plus k epsilon 2 hk. So show that f of xy equal to f of xy is equal to x square plus y square sin